Well, that was a fairly nice welcome, thank you very much. I love it here, I love Brighton, it's fantastic. What I love about it is how people go, fucking watch out, full of puffs, and they'll get me. They're gays, they're not ninjas, they're not... Leap out the window, bum me, and escape on a death slide, I'll be right. It's not like that. You don't drive into Brighton and have gay men banging their wangs against your car. Stop it, you beast! Stop it! I am what I am. Cock-waggling bastards! Just a few of them, and very nice. Like it here. You had a good day? How's Brighton? It's fun. What's the best thing about Brighton?
Leaving.
Leaving? Well, it's going to be a lovely gig when the crowd are funnier than I am. I'll do all this, everybody. Leaving. How's that? I'm Terry. I don't fuck around with my heckles. I just get the job done. What do you do, mate?
I'm a sales manager.
Oh, you're up there? Excellent. What do you sell? How aggressive? Whatever they fucking want, that's what I say. Oh, old lady.
Yes.
You're going to buy an iPhone, all right?
Yes.
You're going to buy 5 of them. Okay. She's quite a crippled old lady, you son of a bitch. What do you sell?
Mercedes.
Mercedes? Do you fuck? Look at Mercedes! That's the name of one of your prostitutes. Mercedes! The Brighton pimp. She's Mercedes, she'll wank you off and give you a Ferrero Rocher and pop it out your arse. It's not a bit much, that, a bit much. That's lovely. You want us to grab it? No, I don't think so. You don't put Ferrero Rochers up people. Has anyone ever had that? So if you'd mixing it on a DVD. I've often thought sex would be quite nice. You know when water's in your ear? I'll start the gig in a minute, by the way. You know when water leaves your ear? It's one of those rare moments in life you don't give a shit. You're like, Imagine having sex whilst water was leaving your ear. How good would that feel? You're like, you'd have to tell your partner. That'd really freak him out if he's like... Here come the lake neighbours. Just a man in his arm. And look at the way you're holding your hands like that. You've got T-shirts on that say, I love Russell, girls. That's... Yeah, OK, it's quite nice. A little bit weird at the same time. You're sat next to the nutters, so you know.
We've done drawings of him and we've made little Russells out of pineapple.
What are you late? Please don't make anything bad. What happened? What are you late? Look you, nothing, I'm just late, deal with it. You're not my real dad, grow up. I had to mow my plentiful lawn. Fuck you, Howard, and all you stand for. Just edging before... I'll be there when I'm there, OK? What do you do? I like the confidence of you already. I was just late, Russ. What are you doing? What made you late? What are you doing early? Do you want lovely stuff? It's bollocks. I've got to go see that dick, come on. Yeah, I'll go. Just one more. All right, one more. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, I'm on a DVD. Shit. Man, pleasure having you here, man. I forgot what I was talking about. Shit, look at you. Oh, lovely, you did that. What do you do, mate, when you're not bellowing like a town crier? Over there you'll find Mercedes, good girl, good girl. What do you do, mate? But are you really? That's why you did that. Everybody off. Everyone off quite comfortably, apparently. What's your favourite stop? You don't have one, you treat everyone with respect, so that's fine. Have you ever... Hey, let's be honest. Have you ever just braked a little bit hard when you've seen, like, an old lady in the middle? Fairly rubbish day. Oh, do you know what I'm about? So lovely, innit? Just entire glass just full of stamps and Werther's originals. Just Horlicks in your face. Has to be an old lady, weirdly, doesn't it? Look at you. Yes, it does, actually, yeah, that's bus driving standard. If an old woman sits there, it is on. Lovely. Well, this is going to be clearly quite a good gig. So, well done you for being interesting. Anything else before I start the show? Just one word. Oh, that was lovely. One word and one woman. No. I've come here for material. I haven't come here to listen to that bus natter, OK? I like bus. I like trains. I like watching ladies on trains, which sounds pervier than I wanted. I'll cover myself in coats and wait for them. Ladies! That's... I like watching them fall asleep. Is there a lovelier thing in the world? Especially when they get the wobbly head. And when you get snippets of dream, is there a lovelier thing than that? Helicopter. Really, one can never again. And I was watching this the other day. It was so lovely. I was on this train. I don't know what you mean. But there were 4 women. And they looked after this one who was getting the wobbly head. And I think, cover her up. She's dribbling a bit. Come on, sisters. Let's get together and look after her. Our fallen princess. I'm sat there going, you do not get that treatment if you're a man, do you? There you go, lads. Look after me if I pass out. Yeah. On your way, dickhead. On your way. Right, he's out cold. Gentlemen, let's go to work. Shave his eyebrows, put his hand down his trousers, give me his phone, text his mum, I am gay, send. I do believe this is our stop. Everybody off quietly. Wait for the train to pull out, knock on the window. That's what happens if you're a man, and I speak as a man who's arrived at Paddington Station with the words pedo on his face. I did, spelled with 2 E's, that's what really annoyed me. You spelled it wrong. Well, you know. That doesn't mean anything. I just spelled the word goose, I'm not out laying an egg. Walking around London like a Chuckle Brother, that's not good. It's one of the world's mysteries, isn't it? How did the Chuckle Brothers become children's entertainers? You let me near your children, would you? Especially that Gimp from hello. He spends his entire life sniffing trampolines. To me, to you. Get the fuck out of my garden. Don't you hate when that happens? Walking around with pedo on your face? I used to get bullied all the time. I used to get bullied when I was little, right? Really bad because I had a lazy eye. And I've had an operation, but it's still bad. Look at the camera. I used to get picked on really bad. Look at him. He's obsessed with his nose. Who said that? Which one of you said that? And I went to my dad for advice. I used to cry a lot. I looked like a Picasso in the rain. Dad, I need advice. Over here, son. Stop moving then. And he did that thing. Has anyone ever been offered advice from your dad? It's never like, he's like, never, brick in their face, this will deal with it. So he's like, well, son, if you say this to the bullies, they'll bully you no more. Never works. I cringe every time I think about this. Me, age 10, stood in front of these bullies going, bullies, how can my eye be lazy when it wanders around so freely? Imaginative eye. As you were, you've been dealt with linguistically. Booyah! Get the shit out of me, man. Imaginative eye. I really wish I could travel back in time. Don't worry, little man. In the future, this is going to be mildly amusing. Who are you? I'm you from the future. I'll make him stop then. Sorry, I need new material for my DVD. If one of you could dress up as a clown and rape him, that would really finish this place. I'm not a time-travelling rapist, I'll be honest with you. Although, I was on about time travel the other day. This lady in Manchester, I said, right, I'll ask you the same question. Where would you travel? If you could travel back in time, where would you go? Fair enough. And no answers? What answers? Just let me say Jupiter. You can still go to Jupiter. It's not time-specific, it's distance-specific. Who the fuck is your science teacher? No, this lady in Manchester, it was brilliant. I said, if you could travel back anywhere, where would you travel? And this woman went, Jesus time. Now, there was a lady who doesn't fuck around with numbers. But it made me think, what do you think about Jesus? I bet you Jesus, if you met him, he was a right player. Can you imagine? In a crowd in front of this, I was going, oh no, shit. We got no food, have we just got this fish and bread? What are we gonna do? What's Jesus gonna do? He's gonna do this. Just fish and bread everywhere. It's like that fucking line up the prostitutes. Keep out the book, it's Jesus time. I bet he was a riot hound, applauding the mere idea of Jesus doing that. I bet he was, constantly. Just see that bit of magic? There you go. Do you know who my dad is? I bet he did that. Nobody's ever said that in the... Do you know who my dad is? Nobody's ever said this is a particularly X-rated version of Oliver Twist.
I just don't know who he is.
War him here. It's off. Oh no, I feel really bad now. It's just 2 what? It's 2 points. I'll be honest, I don't understand the heckle. It's lovely. You've got the 2 points of lager is on, or they've had 2 points and they now need a wee. They need 2 points. Right. What's going on now? I'll be honest, I don't know. It feels like I'm being mocked by a pub landlady. It's a lovely feeling. 2 points. I don't know what you're on about. Have a go on then. Seriously, have a go on then. Do you want a beer or not? I quite like a beer. Touch him. Touch him. Get out of the pub. I met Jonathan Ross recently. I was in a toilet backstage. He bursts in and goes, "You're thingamajig, aren't you?" And I panicked and went, "I can be whoever you want me to be." We're the same. I drifted the situation. I'm an awkward fucker. Like, I went to the Darwin exhibition recently, right? At the National History Museum. Has anyone been? Yeah. That's no sort of moving over there. How lovely. It's great, isn't it? What was your favourite bit about it?
All of it.
Okay, fine. Brain? All of it. I liked his handwriting. I find Charles Darwin's handwriting is properly squiggly wiggly. Obviously, that wasn't how they said it. The thing about the handwriting is particularly squiggly wiggly. Look about the butterflies. But I was obsessed by his handwriting, and I was going to take a photo. What sort of fucking run is that? What a fucking hobgoblin. What was that? What are you in the toilet? Some bones. That's That's without doubt the best run I've ever seen back into a gig. I'm like, oh dear. Well, I've started running like this. If I get as low as possible, I am invisible. Oh, you were the kid at school, used to hide behind the lamppost. Good luck finding me. You weren't allowed a real instrument at school, were you? Just come by, banging your head. It's fine, everyone's welcome. Are you right now? You settled? Good, no, thumbs up. What happened? Was there... Don't say 2 points again, please don't say that. I haven't even started the fucking gig yet. Go on, what? I met Jonathan... I know I met Jonathan Ross. Look at people trying to help me. Russell! You met Jonathan Ross! Christ! He's off piste! He's off piste! Somebody make him some soup! How lovely are you? Don't normally fuck off. Russell! You're edging your way back towards the Darwin Museum. Stay on target. For the love of the maker, stay on target. I was in the Darwin Museum and I had an incident with a 9-year-old girl. That's what I wanted to tell you, right? Wait. I was taking this photo because his handwriting obsessed me, because with Charles Darwin, you assume a neatness of the mind, don't you? But his handwriting was all over the shop. I thought, I'm going to go on that. Everyone said no photos. I thought, I don't give a shit, I'm going to take one, show it to my mates, you know? They'll love that. Been all over the shop. To be honest, Russ, we'd rather look at lesbian porn, but this is absolutely fine. You're obsessed with it, my mates. It just makes me laugh. Honestly, I don't know if you've ever seen two ladies on the end of a double dildo, but for me, it's one of the funniest things imaginable, isn't it? It looks like they're on a seesaw. It's as simple as that. This is lovely, this. You can't help but imagine a third sexual partner just out of camera shot on one of those weird rides just to get... But then I have an odd sense of humour. I'll give you an example. I found myself laughing, full-on laughing at my genitals in the bath, right? I was like, why have I done that? I was there glaring at my knackers. Glaring's the wrong word. I was like, this is a showdown. I was looking at them, giggling like an idiot, because it struck me for the first time that my balls looked a little bit like bearded survivors from some form of shipwreck. I'm not proud of this. It made me laugh, which made my nuts jump up and down, and then I started giving them voices. I don't know why.
We've drifted for so long. I miss my wife.
Giggling like an idiot, and then I had this feeling of fear come over me, which was, have I locked the door? Can you imagine that? If your mum caught you engaged in some form of scrotal pantomime. How long have you been there?
Long enough, Russ. Long enough to see my oldest son sing Celine Dion at his penis.
I always will be. So, I was at the Darwin exhibition, taking a photo. From nowhere, this girl comes up to me. She's 9. What are you doing? I forgot how to talk. Has anyone ever had that? I said, just back off, all right? Taking a photo. Deal with it. I'm 29 years old. But I didn't know it. Sometimes you get in a lift when someone says, what floor? And you're like, I forgot how to talk. So you overcompensate. 5! Fucking backward. 5! The temptation is always to act up in a lift, isn't it?
You smell like my 4th victim. Number 6, please.
Took a photo, showed it to her, delete it. I don't want to delete it. Right, I'm telling the man. Don't tell him. So, in the middle of the Darwin exhibition, I just camper back, show that I deleted it. In the Darwin exhibition, I deleted it. She walks off. Now, what I should have done was punched her in the face, taken a photo of it, and gone, survival of the fittest. My brain gave me that information 3 days later.
Russell, did you bring here? I'd just like to point out how you can outwit that child.
I'm in Tesco now. I was offered a bag for life in Tesco the other day. I can't commit to that. I don't know what bags are going to be like in the future. I feel like a dick if I got a plastic one in 2024. My bag packs itself and speaks Spanish. Piece of shit. What can you do?
I can suffocate a child.
That's all I'm good for. I'm always doing it, you know? Sometimes you do things, you've got no idea why you're doing it. For example, you get a cold can of Diet Coke. It's not enough for you to go, that's freezing. You have to find somebody you love and put it on their head. You can't not do it, can you? You can do that with any other food. This soup's boiling in your eyes, but for some reason you become a fizzy torture. All right, Mum, Fanta to the knees. Dad, holidays are coming, holidays are coming, holidays are coming. We're all connected, weirdly, by odd things we do. We all laugh at stuff we shouldn't do sometimes. But I was at the zoo. You know those things you think, I shouldn't be laughing. Too late. A friend of mine works in the psychiatric ward. Patient the other day, walking on, threw some drinks in the wall. My friend said, why did you do that? This bloke went, God told me to do it. A bloke sat in his pyjamas went, I said no such thing. You can't help it. You're only a human, you have to let the giggles out. I had a lovely one at the zoo recently in Sydney, right? It was great. And I really like zoos. Really? You know, people go, oh my God, how could you go to the zoo, Russ? They keep those animals caged up. Why don't you just put a bear. Get it, fucking put a cigarette out of the bear. Dickhead, it's a monkey. We're all going to be happy, we're all going to die. Now back off, you know? I've got no time for any of that. You know, these people, they normally kind of wear flip-flops even though it's raining. Oh, deal with it. A Che Guevara t-shirt on. And I've got some beads. And they say things like, they're always like, you know, girls, with all the trouble in the universe, I'm not sure I could bring a child into this world. Really? Because your penis is linked to world misery, is it? Jenny, stop kissing my cock. Somebody's been mugged in Peru. I'm coming, Rodrigo, I'm coming. These idiots, I don't own a TV. That doesn't make you better than me. It just makes you a weirdo. You're missing out on the in-betweeners and the Compare the Meerkat advert. Both of those things make you mental. Feel the excitement. Isn't it amazing? We're going to look back at the recession and go, do you know what got us through? A meerkat dressed up in a stately home, looking at us, tilting his head and going, simples. That was it. That was enough, you know? So I was at the zoo, and this brilliant bloke, this Australians are fucking hilarious. This bloke was like, yeah, a couple of years ago, and they don't know they're being funny. Yeah, a couple of years ago, some bloke got into the lion enclosure and tried to read the Bible to the lions. They fucking killed him. It's a bloody long book implying that was the reason why they did it. Well, this is dragging. It's too preachy. It's too preachy. I prefer Catcher in the Rye. Showing Munch's nuts. You have to laugh. My favourite ever, I think, of belly laugh from nowhere moments. At school, there was a girl in our school called Lydia, right? And she was trying to make her calculator work. She was repeatedly knocking it, not that seductively, but she was trying to make her calculator work by knocking it against a desk. She couldn't get it to work. Mr. McDonald, our teacher, went, Lydia! How would you like it if I banged you against the desk? It's the greatest day of school. We laughed for 3 years. Stop laughing, children! We can't stop laughing. And if they do, fuck it. Like, I was on the train the other day. We went through a place called Lady Grove. And my friend went, exactly, I was laughing already. And then my friend topped it by going, I'll bet you money, that's what the Queen calls her vagina. What a thing to say. But when you think about it, she probably does. She's got a sense of humour. I bet she's bored at a function. Her and Philip have got this lovely code. Philip? Big P, Big P. Mama's talking, Big P, Big P. Check it, man, check it. Would you like to visit Lady Grove? For real, baby, for real. When we're done with that, we'll visit Walton on the Marsh. Son of a bitch. They've got a lovely lifestyle. She must have a sense of humour. She's married to him. How easy is his job? Banging her and being racist. I can do that. So they got Liz, cheeky wicky woo. They're all family amazing, aren't they? Prince Harry. It's really extraordinary because a lot of us love him. I quite like the bloke. He has that kind of... The Sun newspaper can't make their mind up about Harry. 1 minute he's a war hero, next minute racist. You make your mind up. Oh, we don't mind him killing foreigners, but don't call him names. We like him because Prince Harry has the Boris Johnson X Factor, doesn't he? Doesn't matter what you think about Johnson politically, you'd love to go on the piss with him, no? He live in a nature reserve with Johnson going, come on, let's paint an elephant with Tipex, come on. With the whole punch. Come in, Boris. Ring the roses. It's the same with Harry. We love him. He's done so many things that we're meant to be appalled by. He might as well have a weekly show called These Are the Things I've Done. And we watch it just to see him go, yeah, man, I made a pube beard and I sellotaped it to a swan. Big wow, okay? Big fucking wow. Britain. Next week I'm going to light my farts and teabag a gibbon. Come on now. It's Harry time. We watch it. He's brilliant. He's ferociously stupid. That's why we like him. It's the same as Susan Boyle. Susan Boyle, that was the whole beauty, the fact that she was mad. She just wandered on, rubbed shit in her face and gone, no! And we still voted for her. I'm dangerously ill. Sing it, bitch! We like Harry because he's thick. Proper stupid. It's brilliant. Think about it. Most of us went to comprehensives. He had 100 grand spent on his education. Imagine that. 100 grand he went to Eton, the finest education money could buy. He got 2 A-levels. One is an E in geography, one is a B in art. Can you imagine that? Your dad has spent 100 grand on your education? I've done a drawing and I sort of know what a hill is. Slap, slap, slap for you. We need to really ramp things up that we don't give a shit about. Like the Daily Express headline the other day, swearing is the blight of Britain. Well, it's not, is it? And if it is, we're really not doing that badly. I don't see in Gaza, dodgy white phosphorus going, this is horrific, this is so bad. Well, it could be worse. Apparently a lady in Rochester heard a man say cunt in Asda. There's things to care about. Luckily, we're evolved and we don't really give a shit about many things. Swine flu, nobody cared. It's been upgraded to class 6. We still don't give a shit. When swine flu first, although it'd be quite funny when this DVD's released if everyone's died of swine flu. Very funny, dickhead. Very funny indeed. I speak to you from the future. I speak to you from... We weren't worried. When swine flu first came out, we imagined just walking into a doctor's surgery, holding a pig, wearing a sombrero. That's what we were. Do you reckon any kids are trying to bunk off school by going, Mum, I definitely got swine flu? Well, you haven't, have you, Tom? You've got bacon on your face. I heard this horrible story. There's too much fear in the world. I read this story the other day that some parents have started buying their kids stab vests to go to school with. As if your first day isn't terrifying enough. Just pop your stab vest on. Where am I going? To a place of learning. There you go. I like you, they probably won't. There you go. You're annoying. They're going to stab you. Well, I'm fine with that because loose women's on. There you go. How fear-mongering is that? Before you go to school, here's a cyanide pill in case you get cornered. A bomb-proof pencil case. Best pop a mousetrap up your arse in case your teachers are wrong. And on your way. Too much, isn't it? Too much. Let them just fucking go to school. All we had was wedges. Too much. It's like North Korea. Christ alive. Terrifying. You've got this pensioner testing nuclear weapons underground. How paranoid is that? Calm down, North Korea. We need to defend ourselves. Nobody wants to get you. You're going to be fine. That's like Anne Widdecombe buying a rape alarm. You're going to be absolutely fine. Jesus Christ. We're talking of our MPs. We just don't like them, do we? Like the MP's expenses. What was your opinion of that? Pass at the man in the back. I think that's pretty much the opinion. That should have been the front cover of the Sun. Cunts. Just you laying out your van like that. That's how we felt. One MP claimed 23p for a lemon. Fuck! How cheap do you have to be? I'll give you the lemon myself, you pikey shit! 23p for a lemon? People claim it for moats, for tennis courts, for lawnmowers, for swimming pools. It's legal, it's legal. So who's waking your nan up dressed as Hitler? Just don't do it, yeah? Make me chilly, bitch!
Yeah, man, Führer, yeah.
You're allowed to do a lot of things, just have some moral decorum. And then on top of this, you get idiots going, makes you want to vote BNP, doesn't it? Not really. In any way. Where's the link there? Well, because that bloke, right, he's had his mark cleaned out and I've paid for it. He's left me with no option but to become a racist. Mark, cleaned out, me, racist. There's an obvious link there. There is no link. That's like watching somebody mow their lawn and going, I'm off to punch Ainsley Harriott in the face. I've caught Chris Akabusi up and put him in my bin. What the fuck have you done that for? I've seen a mark eating a cake. There is no link. They'd still claim, luckily they'll never get in power, but they would still claim, wouldn't they? It wouldn't be £500 for horse manure, it'd be 20 grand to have the White Cliffs of Dover engraved with the words fuck off. Really, you know what I mean? It's just kind of, we don't like our MPs. It comes down to that, do we? We want change. It's because Barack Obama's so just brilliant. You're sort of looking at him across a river going, oh, okay. It's like having a, you know, just looking at your dad who's a bit fat and going, oh, you like that, Dad? It's brilliant, isn't it? It's amazing. I tell you what, you know when someone's beloved of the world, when they get away with a disabled joke on telly? That is true power, and nobody gave you shit. Do you see it on Jay Leno? There's a laugh over there, you already saw it. It's amazing, wasn't it? Jay Leno went, you're pretty good at bowling. Barack Obama, yeah, in a sort of a Special Olympics way. And everyone went, don't worry about it, it's fine. Fuck, imagine if Gordon Brown had said that, or David Cameron. We'd have thrown disabled people at him. We'd have like, fucking arsehole, pass me Stephen Hawking.
Aim for his eyes.
That's what we'd have done. I don't know whether you're applauding because you like the sentiment or the mere idea of slinging Stephen Hawking to people. Just loading him in a catapult, aiming for Spain. You fuckers. And now you're really applauding. Sounds like a BBC Three show, doesn't it? Hi, I'm Vernon Kay. Welcome to Stephen Hawking Slingshot. You have to decide in which nation he will land. Are you ready, Stephen?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, let's oil up the slingshot.
Let's get ready to rumble.
I'm here in Sweden.
So, well, I was talking about something, I can't remember. Yeah, Barack Obama, wonderful man. The reason why we like him, I think, is because he looks clever. And it's nice, isn't it? You know, he looks like he thinks. We haven't seen that in a fair while. Because he used to look at George Bush and go, I could probably beat him at Trivial Pursuit, and that's not good enough. He'd eat the pieces. That's not even good. Barack Obama would annihilate you, wouldn't he? You know, he's amazing. He's forward-thinking, he's cultured, he's intelligent, he's trying to bring peace to the Middle East. He's also reversed stem cell research. I don't know if you know this, but George Bush was anti-stem cell research because he didn't want to upset God. How funny is that? The idea that God could get angry. They're trying to make tiny versions of themselves. I'm absolutely furious. There you go. This is incredible. Clever little fuckers. Have you seen this, Gabriel? First the George Foreman grill and now this. It's Every day is wonderful. It's called an iPod game. Go, put it on shuffle, put it on shuffle. That's the stuff G.O.D. likes. People get obsessed with music, don't they? Like, you very hear, like, you know when you hear people go, why, you know why kids are violent, don't they? Bloody rap music. It's such a ridiculous argument. The Wu-Tang Clan, that's to blame. We don't play chill-out music for lazy fuckers. It never goes in. They've been on the for 3 years. Cuss you, Dido. It's still the same. Some bloke crawling on the floor. What's wrong, mate? Have you got ME? No. Ridiculous. And then they play like computer games. That's why kids are fucked up. They see the computer games. They're so violent. They reenact them. You're like, well, no, they don't. You know, I don't walk around dressed as an Italian plumber and try and eat mushrooms. I don't go near a wall and go down, 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 down. I'm getting a picture's flashback. Stop it. But people love to be angry, don't they? There's nothing worse than an old lady or an old man who's given up on life. You know, I've been alive for 60 years. I really hope I don't enjoy the next 20.
I quite agree. I say we wander around like T-Rexes trying to shit out pianos.
Searching out misery. The world is full of woe and wonder. Don't look for misery. Like, there's nothing better than an old lady who thinks, I'm nearly dead, and let the good times roll.
We've seen them everywhere. Those lovely women with twinkly eyes and wrinkly thighs and fucking... That's right, Mr. Bus Driver. I'm going to sit here. Fucking do your worst.
Just getting out a tiny knife.
I'm coming for you.
Like that. She's brilliant. The biggest gig of my life, Wembley Arena, right? My friends saw my mum as people are filing into this gig, pointing at her vagina, going, that's where the magic comes from. That's just... How lovely and weird is that? Nobody knew she was my mum. All it seemed was a very old lady declaring that she had a magic family. Like a weird extra from Heroes. I've never been prouder. All right, Signer, watch this.
Yeah, that's what you're dealing with, mate. I just put a rabbit on my chuff. Try and steal that power.
She's brilliant. You know, I'm lucky to have plopped out from that lady. She's wonderful, right? I was brought up in a very odd way. Like, did your parents ever just pull really extraordinary pranks on you and you go, well, that is a bit much? I remember once I was in Lanzarote and we were 8 and I was taking some rubbish to a shoot late at night. It had gone quite well. It was a job and I thought, I'm having a skip. I'm skipping back. I'm skipping back. It's going quite well. Around the corner, 2 werewolves appear. And they say, yeah! And I gently put myself, right? Mid-skip, low moment, right? Now, turns out it's my mum and dad wearing the wolf mask. Isn't that hilarious? Not really. Shout us out. Now, I only recently found out that they did not buy those wolf masks in Lanzarote. They bought them in England, which is brilliant and mental at the same time.
Look what I got, David.
Couple of wolf masks. Let's put him on immediately and scare him. He's sleeping, it'll probably scare him.
Can I hold you just there, David? Because I do believe we're going to Lanzarote. Let's get him in a foreign country, properly out of his comfort zone,
and then really shit him up. Brilliant. It's got to be better, isn't it? Being raised by people who have a sense of fun. But I've got no time for the What Next Brigade. You've seen those people, you've heard them. They listen to the news and invent their own misery to go with it. So it's like,
free TVs for prisoners. What next? Ice cream vans for paedophiles.
And then they're going, no, that's not going to happen.
Free contraceptives for teenagers. What next? Toddlers dressed as gimps.
No, that's not going to happen.
Abortion at 26 weeks. What next? Fannies fitted with nooses.
And you're there going, no, none of these things will happen. You're inventing your own misery. For fuck's sake, try and enjoy life. They just wander around with
CCTV, Big Brother, local post office, rage, immigration, enough to drive you mad. This country's gone to the dogs.
Just fucking streams of bullshit. My personal favourite.
This country's the worst in the world. It's enough to drive you mad.
Yeah, I bet there's some bloke in some war-torn African village as we speak, just weeping on the floor. What's wrong, mate? Why are you crying? Is it because you've got no money, no food, no home? It is none of those things. Some people in England only have their willy bins collected once a fortnight. Is there no God? We don't give a shit about so many stories. Like that story about the 13-year-old boy that got that 15-year-old girl pregnant. Now, we were meant to go, oh my God, Britain's broken, what a palaver. But, let's be honest, my reaction was, hang on, he's 13 and she's 15. Impressive. How good is he at Laser Quest? I could not have done that. I could have made a girl pregnant. I was weirdly proud of him. I was like, go on, you little scumbag. Well done. I'm surprised you didn't start a fire by your shell suit rubbing against her. I could have done that when I was 13. I could, I struggle with girls now. I was on a train the other day and this girl sort of came up to me and went, excuse me, can you look after my bags whilst I go to the toilet? And all I had to do was go, yes. But for some reason I went, you're not allowed to go when it's in a station. So this poor girl sits down. Okay. Didn't realise you were the poo monitor. So she sits there until the train moves away and goes, can I go now? And then other people start asking me because they've seen, can I go? I don't work here. Just respect the rules, Jesus. And what's funny, because of this 13-year-old getting this 15-year-old pregnant, it turned out he wasn't a dad. That was quite humorous. Secondly, we now have sex education for 5-year-olds being muted by the government, amongst other policies. One of them is they've got this scheme. They're going to teach parents how to wake their children up in the morning. I'd argue that's the most depressing thing you've ever heard out loud, isn't it? You've got to wake your kids up, sew it up or lop them off. Do you know what I mean?
This is an alarm clock. If you set it to 7, it beeps twice and you wake the child up. So there we go. What do you use at the minute?
I hit them with a brick.
I'm going to tell your kids away, you fucking monster. Just depressing, isn't it? Sex education for 5-year-olds, and people are very upset about it. Too much, too soon. Like, calm down. They're not going to teach them technique. This is how I like to do it. Slap on some funk. Just make eye contact and then just drive it home. Kids aren't going to rush home, put action dolls around their car and go, Mum, look, I'm dogging. It's not going to be any of that. It's going to be some poor teacher trying to talk to 5-year-olds about love. Can you imagine a harder job than that? Right, kids, we're about to learn about love. Well, good luck with that. I'm going to lick that tree. I don't want to learn about dicks. Imagine a harder job, children. There's a complicated thing called love. We meet someone, there's a feeling deep inside. We don't really know what it is, but we know that whenever we're near them, it's wonderful and comforting. Eventually, your penis or vagina becomes very friendly with the other person's thingamajig. And it can be quite pleasurable or painful. Depending on how you do it. Any questions?
Yeah, I got a question. My brother reckons when you close your eyes, everyone in the world becomes a cat. Well, because if you close your eyes, you could be a cat right now. Open them, you've changed back again. Clever little bastard. I must have digged the tree.
It's the worst way to learn. A teacher can't teach a child aged 5 about sex. There's worse ways to learn than that. You can watch a duck go at it. Jesus. So, yeah, you know what that looks like. It's bloody horrible. If you've never seen duck sex, Christ, you don't forget that. The noise alone. 4-on-1, the duck in the head, the feathers, the No wonder Orville wore an happy. Jesus.
How to fly.
You're going to struggle walking, Orville. They fucking ruined you. Somebody get a safety pin. Don't look down. Don't look down. I want to shut up, Orville. Lift his head up. He's in tatters. We can listen to the Pope. That's worse. The Pope recently went to Africa and said that condoms weren't useful in the fight against AIDS. He said that abstinence was the way forward. I imagine God in heaven going, that's easy for you to say. You're an old man in a dress. Nobody wants to fuck you. Abstinence? There's fuck all to do in Angola. They haven't even got a Nando's. Sex education for it has to be better than the way we learned. Because how do we learn? Through rumours, animals, or porn we found in woodland. As a boy, that was one of the most terrifying moments of your life. Can you remember that? Maybe you've not been through this. You might be quite young and today, but you've got that ahead of you. It's fucking terrifying. You look at a pornographic magazine for the first time, you look at a lady with your mates, you like it, I love it, it's missing a scene. Bit in your head, you go, ah! That's terrifying! Kill it! Kill it! It looks like Rio Ferdinand, smile! That's what you're thinking. It killed Boba Fett! It killed Boba Fett! That's what you're thinking. You're frightened. Doesn't matter how you learn about sex, you're going to be rubbish at it the first time. As you get older, occasionally you're all right. You have those amazing moments where you go, this is going all right. Yeah? Well, I've snuck this out from nowhere. It's a lovely feeling. You feel so manly. If you're a beta male like me, there's probably a few sort of proper fucking geezers in here. I'm not a manly man. Lots of people now have dogs. Killer dogs. You leave me alone in a room with a dog, I'll dress that dog up. I can remember. Somebody looks like Sherlock Holmes. Get the fuck away from me. You know, I'm not a manly man. The only time I get manly is when I light a fire or put up a tent. It's a lovely feeling, that, innit? You suddenly become very alpha, like, right, you, darling, in the car, Daddy's going to put this tent up. So I'm going to put up this tent and then I'm going to make you pregnant. An hour later...
I can't get the pole in the hole.
And now people think you're trying to kill an immigrant. It's one of those... It's just a joke. It's one of those... That's not me. Is that racist? I'm not sure. Just found myself with The Guardian. This is awkward. Well, we can all agree with that, isn't it? It's great if you're a fucking beta, ranting man. When you're having sex, you feel so fucking alive. You feel incredible. You feel powerful. You think, I'll tell you what, if a burglar breaks in now, I'll knock him out with my cock. Thinking, never say it. Never say it. You're going to do what? Nothing. I'm going to do anything. What a crime watch reconstruction, though. Can you imagine that? I want to hit his head to be thigh best, let's be honest. That's also the trampoline wanking, to be honest. If you want a trampoline wanking, you probably wouldn't need to hit the burglar, you'd probably get the message, I think. sex, always bad the first time, right? I lost my virginity underneath a bridge. Underneath a bridge in a place where trolls linger. That's where I lost it. I could have banged a troll, I don't know. There could be a lazy-eyed little troll going, Daddy, Daddy. It was dark down there. I was having sex with this poor girl. I tried my best. I felt very much like the Scottish football team at a World Cup. It's just a pleasure to be here. You must want your 11-year-old self to be there just to prove to him that the future's going to get better. Look at that. That's your Willie and a girl. Hello? I mean, it's spectacular. Admittedly, it will be a bizarre episode of Quantum Leap, but you know what I'm driving at, right? Now, I'm having sex with this girl. It's going very badly, primarily because I'm not very good, she isn't very good, and my mates are watching me, right? Genuinely, we're at an army camp. How's it going, Russ? It's a bit weird, to be honest. You're looking at me. I'm in a tree, that's really putting me off my stroke. I'm fine with it. I know you're fine with it, Paul, but it's really weirding me out. Are you wanking? No? A little bit, yeah. I don't mind. Do you mind? I mind a bit. There's a woodpecker up here who really minds. I imagine he does. You're wanking on his house. I tell you what's never good. When you're losing your virginity and somebody tuts. That's never good. Oh, dear. Oh, no, what a fuss. That's never good. I'm pretty sure at one stage you went, oh, for goodness sake. But I persevered, and then she obviously thought I'm going to have a bit of fun, so in the middle of it, I'm losing my virginity, she looks over my shoulder with exquisite acting, so it just went... I packed it, I was like, properly terrified. What's behind me? There was a beat of silence. She looked deep into my eyes and went, boo! And honestly, the fear that went through, I was like, I've never made a noise like it. I sounded like a camel with an ice cream headache. It's one of the most terrifying moments of my life. But it led to one of the greatest. I don't know if you've ever been inside somebody whilst that person is giggling. Oh my God, what a feeling. It's unbelievable. It's like your dick is getting a handshake off Michael J. Fox in a hurricane. It's great. What a moment to arrive from nowhere. Brilliant. You know when life suddenly goes, I can do this. Oh, that's good and weird and lovely. So strange. That's why I've got no time for... I'm not really a fan of technology, like communicating through tech. Like Twitter can really fuck off as far as I'm concerned. Because it's just... Like people say, well, Stephen Fry's on Twitter. Yeah, he's also on antidepressants. Stephen Fry's got something to say. Somebody else is like, I've just eaten a banana. Lovely. He's invented a word. Shut up. Texting I hate. When you're together in a relationship, fucking amazing. Like stars colliding. When you're apart, you have to check in. Technology ruins the mystique of us all. Where have you been? Who knows where I've been? That's just the mystery of Howard. You've been to the cinema? Yes. You don't know what film, though, do you? It's a Star Trek. I hate texting. It's just, you have to check in. There's no mystery. I love you, I miss you, I want you. I love you, I miss you, I want you. And you realise after a while, your relationship's pretty much become a Tamagotchi. I better feed the beast, I don't want it dying on me. Let's lose the fun. Has any text ever been worthwhile? What are you doing? I'm eating a potato. Why did you not put a kiss on the end of that? I'm eating a potato.
You need to put a kiss. When you don't put a kiss, that means you don't love me anymore.
I do love you! I love you so much! I don't know the etiquette! There are times when I miss you like a recently separated Siamese twin. But at this fucking moment, I'm eating a shitting potato! Send!
Who is this?
I'm so sorry, man. Please tell me you didn't get the earlier photo of my penis.
I did. Why no kiss?
I'm eating a potato. Because if you spend your life sort of looking down, communicating like that, you don't see what life has on offer, you know? But it's amazing. Sometimes tiny things can be really, really lovely. I was on a tube the other day. I saw a pregnant lady, right? Her husband or boyfriend was rubbing her tummy, going, Daddy is rubbing Mummy's belly. I said, Daddy is rubbing Mummy's belly. And I was there going, that represents everything I want in the universe. It was so lovely. But you can't join in. Stranger is rubbing Mummy's belly. Ah, don't be freaky, don't be freaky. Come on, baby. Little things sometimes make you so happy. Happier than they should. I've got a new shower gel. I can't leave myself alone. Sniffing myself whenever I get the chance. Orange and mandarin. You feel like you've been licked all over by a panther who's had 15 Fantas. You know, little tiny thing. Like, you know that lovely feeling when you have a horrible dream? You wake up like... I can't do enough to see. And then it slowly dawns on you. No, I don't. I'm 29. My teachers are all dead. What a moment that it is, you know? Or that noise in the cinema. I love that. That's another tiny bit of loveliness. Like, you know when there's a big glossy trailer and it always goes, coming soon, July 2009, The Destroyer. You will always hear one lone voice go, well, that looks fucking shit. I love that noise. Sometimes followed by, oh, you look all right, actually. Tiny things from nowhere sometimes make you really get it. I like watching drunk people. I love that. You know when someone's a bit wobbly drunk and they put like a bollard or a cone on top of a bus stop? How heroic's that? I'm pissed, fighting, nightclub, women. No, that bus stop needs a hat. What I think I was trying to make is you never know what's going to make you happy, you know? It can arrive from nowhere. Like, well, me and my family do a very weird thing with our dog, which, I mean, you know, we don't like... It's a full moon, shave it. I don't mean that. I recommend you do it. You know you've got something naughty to say, maybe you shouldn't say it. Simply pretend the dog has said it. It's a wonderful game. My dad is the champion of this game. We use him as an evil conch, my dog Bert, stroking him. We're watching A Snowman at Christmas. Beautiful film, childhood film. My dad starts going, what's that, Bert? This is the biggest advert for grooming you've ever seen. So then the rest of us go, how could you, Bert? It's an absolute classic, you disgusting dog. My brother jumps in. It's a good job the snowman melted or that kid would have an arse like a slush puppy. What an appalling dog. Makes you so happy. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? And then sometimes you see something and you're like, wow, I've seen that. I will tell my friends about that. That's without doubt one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my life. I was in a pub beer garden recently. I saw a full-size Jenga topple onto a pissed dwarf. Don't know what to do. You're like, oh my God. Am I even allowed to laugh at that? I really want to. I don't know, it makes me a bad person, but if he was a big person, then he might laugh, but because he's small, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Before the bricks hit his tiny face, he went, fucking hell. I'm like 2 seats along, that was like 9/11. The world's a mad place sometimes, isn't it? I saw this the other day. I saw a man have an argument with a parking meter. It was in London. He put 50p into the parking meter. The 50p came out. He threw it away. He walked away from the parking meter. He obviously got to about here and went, you're going to leave it there, Dave. You're going to let that parking meter get away with that. She's made you look like a monkey, Dave, and you ain't no monkey. Turn to face him, Dave, and he turned to face him. And he also had a chat with his brain that went, I'm going to need words when I get there. And his brain went, I'll give you words. I'll give you words. And the words that his brain obviously gave him just after he punched this parking meter in the face were, and I quote, you fucked up gypsy. It's just mental, isn't it? You're there going, what? But what's lovely about it, everyone in the room has been in a situation like that. When you've lost it with an inanimate object, you can't help it. My mum has called a kettle a fuck sandwich. She's got no idea, right? When you lose your keys, that's the best, isn't it? When you start talking, where are your keys? Seriously, where are you? Stop fucking around, it was funny for the first time. Come on, keys. Daddy needs the keys. Is it the keys? You'll have to find me, Daddy. The pleasure's in the chase. And then you always, inevitably, go to God. Seriously, God, where are the keys? As if, hang on a minute, Rwanda, bigger issues. They're by the microwave, Russell, they're by the microwave. It's not really like that. We always leap to the Lord in moments of pain or pleasure, don't we? You know, if you hit your hammer on the thumb, you're like, oh, God. Sexual bliss, you're like, oh, God. You can be as agnostic as you like. Nobody has ever gone Big Bang Theory. It's interesting, he's always there. And if you're into religion, fair enough. It's no, you know, it's quite trendy to knock it, but whatever you need to get through life is your business, isn't it? Like Richard Dawkins, he's got a really, you know, he's obviously a wonderful man with a really amazing mind, but he's currently writing a book warning children against the dangers of fairy tales. Now, I would argue that's a battle that isn't really worth it. Children, I'm going to tell you just why Humpty Dumpty is bullshit. Do we really need that? Let's go for all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty back together again. Well, let's analyse that, shall we? Why did Mr. and Mrs. Dumpty call their firstborn son Humpty? Bullshit. Point number 2, an egg can't walk, an egg can't talk, an egg can't climb a wall. If an egg were to fall off a wall, he would not cry for help. Point number 2, bullshit. Furthermore, how can a horse put an egg back together again? A horse has hooves, they gather no purchase. I'll tell you a story, you little fuckers. A man is born, he works, he dies. Sleep well. You need imagination. You need fairy tales up until the age of 8 because the world's fucking terrifying. So on the greatest moment when your dad goes, I'm going to tell you about Little Red Riding Hood. Fucking preach it, Papa. Fucking preach it. There's a wolf in a dress. You had me a wolf. You need imagination when you're little. I remember once my brother was really upset, right? So in an attempt to help him, right, he was crying and I said, don't worry, I'm 8. Don't worry, Dan. I can eat sadness. Now, I can't do that. But it really worked. I mean, I made a tool out of myself. I had to walk around the room and go... But sometimes a little bit of imagination is fine, you know? I saw the other day a kid, he's about 8, right? He was eating a fun-sized Milky Way. He turned to his mum and went, no, doesn't matter how many of these you eat, it never leads to fun. You're right, do you want a Happy Meal? Life is suffering, Russell, life is suffering. I just can't deal with that level. Maybe I'm being mawkish, looking through rose-tinted glasses. I remember being very excited by a lot of things. If I had a fun-sized Milky Way, I'd have been looking at it going, mother, I'd have been very excited. I was excited about going to a harvest. Christ, can you remember that feeling? We're going where? Fucking unbelievable. Bragging in school the next day. Sorry, I can't concentrate on your trivial shit, miss, but I was at the harvester last night. I went to the salad bar twice. Touch me! Everything was exciting when you're 8. That should be the way the world is. Remember the first time you saw a rainbow? Can you remember how exciting that was? Dad, there are colours in the sky. There are colours in the sky. That's a rainbow, son. There's a pot of gold at the end of it. Oh, my God. And it's guarded by a tiny leprechaun. Pull over, Dad. Pull over right now. Let's get that gold and pay off his mortgage. Mother, you will have gold teeth in the morning. Ring a ding ding. You look for a rainbow. How weird's this? Me and my little brother, we took a knife just in case the leprechaun acted up. Bear pack of blades. Yeah, small man syndrome. He might get naughty. So, thank fuck we didn't find a tiny bloke. Imagine that. Where's the money, fucko? Life is for living, and it's great, isn't it? It's really great when you're reminded of that. Like, recently I had some anal issues, and I thought I was going to die. By which I don't mean I can't put my CDs in order. I mean, I thought I was going to die of cancer in the bum. Jesus, you vicious bitches.
They're rotting from the inside.
Oh, how horrible was that? As ever, I went to the doctors, right? And I pulled down my trousers. Obviously, we had a chat, you know? just wondering. I'm not very well. I can see that. This is a dentist. But I walked in, we had a bit of a chat about the bum cancer, and he said, like, to take trousers down, and you've never done it slower in your life, right? And I got my pants down to about there, and just heard his booming voice go, in the other room. And you have a decision to make there. Do you pull them up? Do you waddle with pride? You waddle, you go for the waddle. The thing about waddling, the last thing you want to do is waddle before a man's going to pop his finger in your Richard, because now you're a wiggling target, right? He thrust himself into me, had a wiggle around, started chatting. That's a first. And getting on generally. Can you draw the curtains? We've gathered quite a crowd. Look, it's Ancient Steps and he's getting fisted. But it's great when you're scared. And then suddenly you go, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm alive. I'm going to hang out with people that I fucking love. You know, I love that, hanging out with my girlfriend, with my mum, my mates, and especially your mates, those fucking dangerous mates. The crazy mates you'd like to be. My friend Tom, one of my heroes, I fell in love with him at age 5. He stood up in the middle of a nativity play and went, well, enough's enough. Heroic. He was the front end of a donkey. He was a genius. He was the leader of our gang. Every gang had a leader. He always used to tell about sexual advice. Seriously, there's a thing called Mars bar parties. We're 11, I know. What do you do? Pop a Mars bar up the girls. Yeah, she loves it. Does she? Yeah, she definitely loves it. Can we not just kiss him? Nope. It's frowned upon. So we took some Mars bars to a disco. Aged 11, music's playing. Music quieted down. We saw the girls we liked. When we saw a girl we liked, we simply took out the Mars bar and shook it at her. That was going to be enough. It didn't work. We looked like we were teasing diabetics. At the end of the night, boys are kissing girls. We're in the corner of the room eating Mars bars. It would be a waste to put out there fanning. I quite agree. He's a leader of our gang. He's wonderful. We watched that story about Elizabeth Fritzl last year, and that's one of those stories that really resonates with you, isn't it? You can't conceive of that level of sadness. You're kind of watching it, and you're imagining it, and it's just horrific. And Tom was there going, we should do something. Okie dokie. What are you going to suggest? What we suggested, or rather what Tom suggested, we were sat there, you know, going, this is horrific, this is bad, and Tom went, we should get together, right? Everyone is decent in the world. We should show her all the things she's missed. Imagine that. Like a conveyor belt of kindness. Wouldn't that be wonderful? People turning up. This happened to me in 1995. Thought you'd like it. I seen this in 1987. Take him in a hand. This is Nelson Mandela. Tell her your story. Just fill her full of joy and love. Wouldn't it be wonderful? This conveyor belt of fucking hope. And I was there going, well, that is a remarkable idea. But what would we show her? And Tom went, you know what we'd show her. We'd reenact the story. And everyone has that, don't they? You know that one moment, sometimes you like vapour funny, you know? You sort of sometimes on a train and your brain goes, remember this? Yeah, I do, yeah. That was fucking brilliant. It happened to me when I was 17, right? I was not very cool, I was 17. Because when I was 17, I was having one of those chats where all the time, like, what would you rather be, like deaf or blind? I don't know, that's difficult. Would you rather have like a chocolate face or bread for feet? Russell, if you had no arms and no legs but really long anal hair, would you lower it down over the side of a cliff if I was in peril? Slightly different from the other questions you've asked. But I had quite a plentiful bush. I went, I'd help you, right? Now, at this moment, my friend Richie lit my anal hair. I don't know if you've ever had that happen to you, but that is pain beyond pain. I'd leaped to the floor, patting my arse like that, my mate's leg it. Now, my friend Rob's mum comes home to find me. She's called Mrs. Miller. She comes home, she finds me on the kitchen floor, on her kitchen floor, like a melting Wookiee, and she is not happy. Is that any way to behave? She doesn't know it's been done to me. She thinks I've done it to myself and waited for her.
You little pervert, I've seen you with your lazy eyes looking at my chubblies, and now I come home to find you on my kitchen floor with your ass on fire, wanting me to look up your ass, you little bastard!
You misunderstood! You misunderstood! A horrific moment in life. I was allowed around Rob's house for a fucking long time. 6 months later, Rob's having a party, come round. I think, all right, I'll come round, right? We're in the middle of this party, it's fairly rubbish. Is there going to be girls there? There's no girls, there never were, right? In the middle of this, there are people passed out, there's about 7 of us. My friend Tom goes, Russ, let's go upstairs. We can go upstairs. We'll put on Mrs. Miller's swimming costume. We'll put it on backwards, and we'll pretend we're wrestlers. Do you know, I honestly remember looking at him thinking, you genius. You should see this. I've never run so fast in my life. We were up there, talcum powder, giving ourselves names, padding our way downstairs. We knew this was going to be the greatest moment of our life. We got to the door, Tom goes, you go ahead, Russell, I've got something special planned. I thought, you idiot, this is my moment. I adjusted myself, leapt into the room, sure enough, is that any way to behave? Is that my nightie? I was wearing it as a cape. Now, what I should have said is it is. I made a mistake. I'm so sorry. 1,000 apologies. I'll never do this again. I didn't say that because I was cocky. I was 16 and I was pissed. I went, yeah, do you want to wrestle? The noise. She was shouting at me. She was very angry. She shouted at me. I'm cowering. All of a sudden, my friend Tom leaps into the room and I am well and truly saved. Because evidently, this creative little weirdo had found some boot polish. Well, that's right, people at Brighton and people at home. My friend Tom had blacked up. That's what he'd done. What the fuck have you done? He leapt. All of a sudden, I'm fine. I'm just a cross-dresser. He's a gay racist. You know when you're allowed to laugh. I'm like, fucking hell, I'm not allowed to laugh. If I do, she's going to kill me. I don't know what to do. Because where he'd leapt into the room, one of his testicles had wriggled free. It was the loneliest looking thing I've ever seen in my life. It was like a fat man stuck in a train door. Is that any way to behave? And he looked back at her and went, sometimes. Yes! That is the story we tell her. Ladies and gentlemen of Brighton, what a genuine pleasure it's been to do this. Hope you had fun. It's been fucking wonderful. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Wow, fuck me, what fun. Okay. Oh, there you go. This is going to be quite an interesting encore. I can only... What was that? No, there's no way to behave. Beautiful, beautiful. You don't want me to have sex with you, madam. It'll be a bit... See, look at that. I can't... Look at a minute ago, I was all confident. Yeah, have sex with me. What? Yeah, where? Oh, you're running everywhere, right, good. Oh, yeah. I don't know if they have condoms big enough. Furthermore, I have a girlfriend who I love. What moment between you and me? How funny is that, me boogling for my girlfriend? You like that, baby? You like the way I move my ass? Have you ever seen the Birds of Paradise do that? It's one of the loveliest things. Do you know about the Birds of Paradise? You ever do? Yeah. Isn't it great? Have you seen it? Like David Attenborough, right? What happens when the Bird of Paradise, he likes a ladybird, he, you know, obviously like that. The ladybird, that'd be a real stretch. God, what's he doing? 8 dots. I've got to do this. Wait till I tell the fellas about an 8-dotter. That's the only way you look at ladybirds, isn't it? 2 dots. 2 dots.
3 daughter.
But the way the birds of paradise do it, it's amazing. What happens is when they see a lady they like, they fly over to her, and then suddenly they go from very normal sort of black-looking birds to fucking blues and yellows and greens leaping out of the man. He does a really amazing dance. He's like that. Yeah, green. You want a bit of green, baby? You like a little bit of yellow and blue in your fucking mind? You like our plumage? Hey, how about a little bit of violet? That's the way I... The girl could not look any less bored. She just sat there. Another day, another boogie. Another boogie? Well, check this shit out, baby. Like the way I thrust my thighs, thrust my thighs. And then she flies off, right? What's brilliant about it, he flies back to his mates who are on a branch, and his mates are like, ah, you didn't know you were being videoed. Amber's in the hedge. He's wrong. Oh, fuck's sake, what's going on about my plumage? When did he say something? Cold can to the face! So no. Any other questions? Most awkward moment of my life? I would argue putting marbles up my brother's bum was a very intense moment when your mother looks at you. That takes some beating. How about you? You rugby tackled your girlfriend's dad the first time you met him. That doesn't happen. You obviously thought to yourself, I'm going. Well, it can be a fall or a story. And what did you do after that? Oh, that's beautiful. Go on. Let's reenact it. Let's reenact it, right? Come up here, we'll reenact it. I'll be the dad. It'll be fucking brilliant, right? I wonder where that little fucker is who's boning my daughter. Wait. Bloody hell, build up the tension, innit? He fucking killed me. Jesus. Don't shoot your nose straight away, Bill. Right. I haven't even invited you through the door yet. No wonder you fucking waiting for him. So. Will the weights? My wife and my daughter say that you're the man who's come round to try and win her hand in marriage. What are your credentials?
I got a distinction in my media product.
Excellent. The world needs collages. So, I was thinking we walk towards each other and hug. How do you feel about that? Right, so. When in Rome. So we're both unconscious at this stage. So what happens from here?
Well, he was unconscious for about 5 minutes, and I was unconscious.
Oh, you were faking, of course.
Yeah, for about 10 seconds. And then I got up and went, what happened?
Survey the scene. So just reenact what happened. So I'm out cold, right? Oh, Jesus. You're such a lovely boy. And here I am lying on the cover.
What happened there?
What happened?
Well, as I went to shake your hand, you sneezed and fell backwards, pulling me down with you and hitting your head on the floor, then headbutting me on the rebound and knocking me out.
Sounds entirely plausible. Come here. I'm going to take you into the house to meet my wife and daughter. Turn. It's as easy as that. Right. I think I want a girl now. Who... Not you, no. That was a lovely song, man. That was really sprightly. That could have really hurt. Didn't get hurt. Sorry, I was looking down your top there, man. It was brutal. I came over and went, oh, jeez. Well, I'll be honest. As ever in Brighton, that's, you know, it always ends weird here. So I've got to leave my DVD with the people at home watching it, knowing there's a boy backstage. Whatever happened to the boy? Maybe we'll do that as a DVD extra. We'll find out. Wouldn't that be great? He's just changed to a radiator. And we did at the beginning of the next DVD was like that. So we did like Dorian Gray face, and we go, we take him everywhere. So. Ladies and gentlemen, Brighton, it's been the weirdest gig as ever, but fuck it. It's been a genuine pleasure. Thank you so much for coming. Hope you had fun. Ta-ra, farewell, good night.